This video tutorial explains how class units are inserted and managed. These class units are those that should mainly fit in the timetables. They are configured by combining a subject with a group of students and a weekly distribution. You can also determine a teacher, a prefixed classroom, or offer a set of alternative classrooms among other options. Since there are usually many class units in the list, you can select those that have a certain value for any of the fields. For example, you can select all those in which the third group A is. You can easily select the class units of the desired element by indicating it on the same list. To do this, focus on the line where the element you want to select is, and make the selection using the headers of each column. For instance, if a row with the teacher Peter is focused, his class units will be selected when you press the header of this teacher. In any case, you can directly make a manual selection, make successive choices, or remove the current selection. From any other list, you can easily select the class units of its members. For example, from the list of teachers, we can view the class units of any of them by double-clicking. From the class units, it is also easy to go to the list of any of its components. For instance, using the command as well as the context menu lists. If the different elements have an abbreviation, you can alternatively use it as the reference for its identification in the list of class units. In certain cases, the abbreviations may be more significant than the keys because the keys are unique, and therefore could be more cryptic than the abbreviations, which might be easier to recognize. The insert command is the most direct way to add new class units. The program will ask you for the successive elements that make up the class units until the insertion is completed. If there is a choice made in the list, when adding new class units, they will correspond to the selected element. For example, if we select the second group B when adding new sessions to this group, the group will be automatically assigned to these sessions. Modifying any assignment is just as easy. Just click on the item you want to change from a drop-down list with the possible options. You can see that when selecting the options from the drop-down list, the number of class units assigned to each element is shown on the right panel, amongst other data. The weekly distribution is expressed by indicating the length for each day. For example, 111 indicates 3 sessions in 3 different days, while 21 also indicates 3 sessions, but with a double session and therefore in 2 days. 3 indicates a triple session in 1 day. A very useful option when managing a large number of subjects or teachers is the use of grade or department filters. Filters allow to reduce the number of elements that contain the drop-down lists, which facilitates their selection. By activating the grade filter from the drop-down lists of the subject or the groups of students, only those that correspond to the grade associated to those class units that are being handled will be presented. If you activate the department filter in the drop-down list, just the teachers of the selected department will appear. Keep in mind that filters can be easily removed from the buttons in the selection bar or from the drop-down lists. To create simultaneous class units, you can insert them directly as such on other class units previously introduced. To do this, the toolbar menu or context menu should be used. This way, you can create simultaneous class units where one of them is associated to another classroom. You can also bring in another group to the same classroom, another teacher, or another subject. You can also reserve more classrooms to that teacher. You will see that these relationships appear graphically, which facilitates their control. To link 2 class units that are in separate classrooms, we use the command simultaneous class units in other classrooms. The subject, the group, the teacher, and the classroom will be required. The command another group in the classroom allows you to indicate that there will be students from another group in the same classroom, and the program will ask only for the ID of this new group. In this example, students of 2 hotel trade groups meet for cooking practice, adding another teacher in the same classroom. In this other example, there are 3 groups that have English in 3 classrooms with 3 different teachers. At the same time, other students from these 3 classrooms will have French in a separate 4th classroom, taught by a 4th teacher. Additionally, other students from 2 of these 3 classrooms will have German, which is taught in a 5th classroom by a 5th teacher. The software has a command that allows to undo simultaneous class units. Alternatively, you can do or undo simultaneous class units by dragging the class units. In this case, the class units must previously exist in the list and have the same weekly distribution. When you drop one row on top of another, you will be asked if you want to make those classes simultaneous. If yes, you can choose if you prefer them to be in another classroom or in the same classroom. The class units have occupation templates that let you express preferential positions where to place those class units, or also forbid certain positions in the timetable. Class units within a simultaneous chain share the same occupation template. In the class units template, positions with a red background indicate that they are forbidden because of the requirements of one of their components. For example, the red background may appear because the teacher has that position forbidden in his timetable. In the templates, you can also prefix the position of some or all of the sessions. The prefixed positions will be strictly respected in the complete results. Thank you for your attention.